is my singular honor and privilege to welcome you all to this wonderful occasion as we witness the historic launch of our political actors dialogue. This marks a significant landmark in the history of our great nation under the Second Republic and is unique in many ways, being the first of its kind for Zimbabwe. The dialogue we are launching today will undoubtedly leave a lasting imprint on our country's political landscape and help contribute to the turnaround of our socio-economic fortunes. This platform is designed to be a vibrant forum through which we proffer solutions to the challenges that confront us as a people, as a nation, through peaceful, open and transparent discourse. The culture of dialogue we begin today must indeed be synonymous with us as a nation and as a people. This journey we are embarking on must ultimately lead us towards improving our democratic practices and our culture in that discourse. It must also lead us to a stage where we can compete and cooperate, always informed and guided by our national interests as a people. It will be recalled that during my inauguration speech following the 30th July 2018 harmonized general elections, I emphasized that I am a listening president and I will continue to listen. That pronouncement meant that I am committed to reach out to all stakeholders from every corner of the country who are willing to join hands in the rebuilding of our great country, Zimbabwe. Every Zimbabwean is important, from Zambezi to Limpopo and from Harare to Plumtree. We are all important. As we are enjoined by our national anthem, let us all lift high our national flag, which is a symbol of freedom, independence, and unity. As leaders, we must also pledge to be exemplary. Leave no to sanctions and say no. And say no to all conduct and speech that will bring harm to our people. It is when there is unity that God will command more blessings upon our land. The vast potential that this country possesses through its rich natural and human capital endowments need to be harnessed by all of us working together as we seek to accelerate the achievement of Vision 2030 towards attaining upper middle income status for our country. Through that vision, we should be able to bequeath to current and future generations a peaceful, united, and a prosperous nation which lives in harmony with all the progressive nations of the world. Dialogue, like charity, begins at home and will enable us to speak with one voice as the re-engagement and engagement with other nations gathers pace. Fellow Zimbabweans, distinguished guests, Comrades and friends, history has proved that in order for a nation to meaningfully pursue its reform and transformation agenda, the energy that comes with electioneering must of necessity be redirected to issues of national development over the period leading to the next election. It does not serve any purpose to continue in an election mode when citizens are yearning for socio-economic transformation and development. The success of the Transitional Stabilization Program and indeed the success of the 5-year plans which will follow after 2020 requires that we harness our collective competencies and abilities for national progress and prosperity. I was happy when my colleague leaders actually articulated this view far much more than I can do. We must close ranks, we must communicate, we must cooperate, we must build trust and instill hope among our fellow countrymen as leaders. To that end, I'm grateful to my colleague, presidents of political parties and our dialogue co-conveners for exercising their minds in coming up with a code of conduct for dialogue participants. Emphasizes political tolerance and prohibits violence or the threat of the use of violence on fellow citizens, as well as irresponsible utterances by any political leader. At the end of my address, I shall request, this has been done, our co-conveners to lead the process of appending our signatures of the Code of Conduct as principles. This has now been done. The Code draws its content mainly from what I would term the Covenant, which bound us as contestants to uphold peace over the period leading to last year's harmonized general elections. In a clear testimony of our mature democracy, those among you who were in the country can attest to the unprecedented tranquility that prevailed in all corners of our great nation ahead of the watershed elections of last year. The Code shall be binding on the leaders, their officials and supporters alike, in the observance of responsible conduct as we cascade the dialogue to provinces and districts and wards. I want to take this opportunity to inform this gathering that the cascading of dialogue to the provinces is very much in consonance with the provisions for devolution as enshrined in our Constitution, Chapter 14, Section 264. The objectives of devolution are, and I quote, to give powers of local governance to the people and enhance their participation in the exercise of the powers of the state and in making decisions that affect them, and to preserve and foster the peace, national unity, indivisibility of Zimbabwe, end of quote. In the interim, budgetary disbursements to the provinces to support devolution have already commenced in earnest through local authorities which have an obligation to identify development projects and programs in their areas with high potential to create jobs and generate revenue. The model of provincial economies into which this dialogue forum will feed is intended to promote inclusive growth and equitable national development and promote gross provincial product. I'm happy to inform this gathering that an elaborate institutional framework for dialogue has already been developed since the inception of dialogue meetings on 6 February and subsequent formation of 4 thematic committees on 22nd February 2019. Our Committee on Agenda Setting has already highlighted critical issues, chief among them being the need to expedite the alignment of laws to the Constitution. The committee further stressed the need to resolutely stamp out corruption wherever it raises its ugly face, the need to tackle drug and substance abuse, affecting especially our youths, and deepen the inclusion of youths, women, and the disabled in all national development programs. The committee also called for the unconditional removal of the illegal sanctions that are sapping the energies of our otherwise resilient and resourceful citizenry, as well as inhibiting unfettered economic growth. Our Committee on Institutional Framework underscored the need to confine this dialogue platform to political parties which fielded presidential candidates in the year 2018 elections. The idea was to demonstrate seriousness in finding lasting solutions to national issues to which we all belong. However, in view of the reality that the major concern is on the need for economic resuscitation, which cannot be solved by political parties alone, it has therefore been agreed that other stakeholders who are deemed essential can always be invited to participate in the dialogue. Finally, the Committee on Implementation and Evaluation shall be tasked with tracking the performance of other committees and recommend necessary remedial measures. On behalf of the people of Zimbabwe, let me take this opportunity once again to accord special recognition to all members of the diplomatic corps who have spared time to grace this momentous launch of Zimbabwe. I want to assure them that the reform path for Zimbabwe will be resolutely pursued, and also to thank their governments for continuing to render invaluable humanitarian support to those of our communities who are recovering from the devastating impact of Cyclone Idai. We shall forever cherish their deep compassion. Fellow Zimbabweans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, let us all come to the big tent of unity, this tent of dialogue. Let us all come. I particularly want to appeal to our brothers and sisters from the media to play a constructive role in our dialogue, nation building, and other critical national processes. In all mature democracies the world over, the media is a critical partner in national building, not in destruction. The media must therefore resist the temptation to be a vehicle for sowing seeds of division and despondency among the people. In the Second Republic, let us collectively inculcate the culture of unity, the culture of peace, the culture of discipline, the culture of productivity, and the hard, honest work. We must continue to apply our minds, our time, and resources to build the Zimbabwe we all want, brick upon brick. In our quest to become a middle-income economy by 2030. Prosperity of our great nation is inevitable. Peace, unity, love, and harmony among our people is achievable. The time is now to do so. With these remarks, it is my honor and privilege to declare the political actors' dialogue officially launched.
Zimbabwe, yeron yararo wedutose, yakajarwa mukurwadza, nasitogara murufaro, tosimudza